Now this is a what have we got here? Typical salts in fireplace. You see that paint on the wall. These are salt patterns, and there's our fireplace. And if we wander around outside, you'll see that this is a typical chimney. You look up at the chimney, you can see the angle on that chimney. It's actually leaning in because there's not actually a lot of mortar left in that chimney. You can see the wet patches on the side of it. Up there, and if you look down here, we've exposed it, and again you can see this sopping wet mortar, and that is all the way down there. Extensive salt damage. And here you've got typical Wally Dampman. He's not actually injected. This hasn't been injected, so we're not doing too badly on this little bit. I have, as you can see, this morning I've actually peeled this off. I've scraped all this off, and where it's been scraped off, you can see here, look, it's just starting to dry out. This bit of brickwork has already dried, and you can see you've got a little bit of damp stuff still trying to dry out here. So this brick is actually drying as we're looking at it. And the mortar joint here, obviously, is just absolutely soaking wet. This isn't rising damp. This is caused by a build-up of salts in the chimney, which is chronic, absolutely chronic. And it's a typical example of a very old chimney that's been used for the whole of its life, and you can see up there the staining on the chimney. Very typical example. So how do we solve the problem? Well, we take all the paint off, we clean it out, we let it breathe, we let the salts come out of the joints, and then we rake it out and we repoint it with lime. And the lime itself will allow this chimney to breathe. It will allow those salts to get away. And then you see the gypsum plaster that I was showing you at the beginning of the video on the inside. All of that really needs to come off to allow the wall to breathe. Again, for these salts to come out, and then we can sort the problem out. Down here you'll see a little bit of Wally Dampman. You can just see you've been drilling holes in here. Achieves absolutely nothing. It's only a little bit, so it's not a great problem. We've got water in this wall. You can see these mortar joints that I've raked back, and that is quite wet down there. And the reason, very simple. We've got this thing here, and here we've got an expansion joint which is completely sopping wet, trapping water against the wall. So the inside of the house is wet as a result. So easy to solve, not a problem. And again, if you look up at that chimney, you can see how the chimney is being slowly rotted away by the salts leaching out the lime in the mortar and leaving the chimney a bit wonky. Again, not hard to solve. We just rebuilt the chimney top section in lime.